What is up, football fans? This is Play Action Takes, Paulo Media's NFL podcast. The Super Bowl is over. The season is over. This podcast is brought to you by Big City Wings, Houston's Wing Joint, Apollo's Wing Joint. Go check them out, and they've got daily specials all the time. They had a great Super Bowl watch party yesterday at all of their locations. I know they had it on. Lots of wings, lots of people, lots of football. And thank you to Celebrity Mint. Go check out celebritymint.com. See their graded legal tender collectibles of Mike Tyson, Ric Flair, and more at celebritymint.com and at the Celebrity Mint on social media. Boys, how was Super Bowl Sunday for y'all?
It was a good time. I had some good barbecue, had the beers were flowing. Found good barbecue in New York, which is hard to do. But yeah, it was a good time.
I saw the plate.
Great
I saw the plate you sent yesterday. It didn't look the worst.
It was good. It was good. It was damn good barbecue.
Okay. Yeah, it looked pretty solid. I was just here at the office with Josh and Dex. Ordered some Popeyes up, got some natty lights. They were flowing. Yeah, no, good little time. Didn't really feel like. Here's the deal: you go out to like a bar and shit to watch the Super Bowl. They have that's fun, but they be doing DJ. They play music and shit during the commercials.
Yeah,
and it's like, hey, that's a part of the watching experience. I know I sound like a dweeb. I sound like a nerd.
No, it is. You're totally right.
It is. I want to see the Twisters commercial. I want to see fucking Glenn Powell talk about the Twisters. So. But I got to watch it here, so I got to see all that. It's good. Great game. Great commercials. Great vibes.
Are we sure they were great commercials, though? I thought it was a little bit of a down year for the commercials. Just slightly.
Really?
There was some good ones, but I don't think, the Temu commercial just kept popping up.
I don't understand.
I don't know what it is. I have no idea.
Yeah,
not gonna look it up.
Temu is an interesting app, but I don't know why they have it's a scam for sure. I mean, I can't believe they have Super Bowl ads. It's like discounted stuff. I don't know. Producer Josh knows all about it. He got me on that way.
Okay. Yeah, it was just there was a handful. I mean, the Beyonce country album, that's going to be interesting. The Kanye ad was something because he spent all of his budget on the ad and did not film anything.
Whoa, there was a Kanye
filmed
ad?
from his phone. It was vertical, so half the screen is black. It's just him in the middle in a car with terrible lighting, just saying, "Hey, go check out Yeezy.com. I've got shoes."
Yeah, he's selling all of his Yeezy stuff for $20 now.
I didn't see that ad.
And he has titanium teeth now because he got his teeth taken out or whatever. So he has a lisp. Yeah. He doesn't sound like a person anymore. Yeah, so there was that. I just thought the commercials were a little bit lackluster this year compared to years past.
Yeah, I didn't. Obviously, I was at a bar. They weren't doing the DJ thing, but also the volume wasn't super loud. Nah. So I had to go and rewatch the movie trailers and stuff because also that's my thing. So, but the Deadpool 3 teaser is pretty good.
Was right off the rip in the first quarter.
Yeah, Wicked looks good.
The Wicked one looked pretty sick as well. That one's interesting. Yeah. So there was some good ones, but
I feel like back 10 years ago. 10 years ago, it was the mecca of watching preview trailers and previews and shit because they would have there's 4 or 5 that come on here or maybe 6.
Yeah,
but I remember there were 10 back in the day.
Yeah,
there's just a lot more summer blockbusters back then, and they're fucking pumping them out, and it was whoa. And I was also just generally more excited for comic book movies. But
in the Skittles commercials back in the day, the wedding one, that was an all-timer.
That one's crazy.
Dude, but the Budweiser Clydesdale, made it a return. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I always miss those, but they came back. The good State Farm commercial.
Yeah.
Hey,
that Dunkin' Donut. The best one was the Dunkin' Donuts one with
the Dunkin' Donuts
and Affleck and Matt Damon and J-Lo.
The house.com or whatever. I can't remember what the houses.com commercials. That was a little much.
I didn't understand. Every time they kept popping up, I would just look at my phone and then look up and it's them again. What's going
Twitter on? During the Super Bowl is tough because when you're trying to watch the game and not tweet during the game for the most part. You're trying to stay off the timeline. And then typically when you watch a sporting event, the commercials is the time to scroll the timeline for the 3, 4, 5 minutes that it is. During the Super Bowl, there is no time to scroll. It's very difficult. There's no scrolling.
No.
There's very little scrolling on my part. It was just trying
I had trouble.
tweet it out and then get off the phone, get right back to the watching.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had trouble like finding like a time frame, like a window to go poop.
Yeah,
I really had to go poop. It was like, yeah, well, I went during the halftime report.
Yeah,
and then I had to make it back. I had to like wrap it up, pinch it, go, and then watch Usher. Yeah, no, I didn't want to miss any of the halftime show.
Okay,
so like it's a difficult time.
How often are you shitting that this is a problem?
Huh?
How often are you shitting that this is a problem? That a 3-hour block of your day is like, what the fuck am I gonna do?
Well, I mean, you want to really get into it. I had to go all day. Didn't have a chance. Super Bowl is like running from 5:30. Dude, honestly, pregame, you want to watch the pregame shit because you might miss something.
I didn't watch any pregame.
You might miss a good commercial.
None.
We watched pregame like an hour and a half before. That's when, commercials galore, movie trailers galore still. You don't want to miss any of that. So I just had to go when sadly when the CBS boys were talking, during halftime.
Ooh, that's a bummer.
I had to make a sacrifice. JJ Watt with his hair, the new hairstyle was interesting. Looked like
watch your mouth.
He looked like an NSYNC. He looked like he was a part of NSYNC early 2000s. That's all I'm going to say. I was a big NSYNC guy.
Yeah. See,
okay. Let's talk about. We're talking about Garrett shit and NSYNC.
We've made it
and
let's 6.5 minutes before we've even mentioned Super Bowl champion.
Yeah, it's a new record. Yeah.
Oh, hey, the Super Bowl is like everything. Yeah. It's everything. I mean, you even have like Taylor Swift, Blake Lively, and like Ice Spice.
Yeah, that was interesting.
Right?
That was something.
You never think you'd see that.
Yeah, that's a cool little trio right there. It's Taylor, it's Gossip Girl, and that's you think of the shit.
The
bitch.
Cowboys made the Super Bowl via Post Malone's chest with his satin jacket.
Yeah,
that was good.
That was bad, dude. He has a terrible voice.
Take it easy on our guy Post. I'm actually wearing some Post Malone merch right now.
Oh, whoa!
Who would have thought?
Snowdy. That's
pretty good, right?
Really cool.
That's pretty cool.
That is really cool. I want that.
All right, the game.
The Kansas City Chiefs beat the San Francisco 49ers 25-22 in overtime in a brand new overtime rules, which I did not understand the rules of really until Tony Romo with like 33 seconds left in overtime said, "Don't worry, this is like the first quarter of overtime." I was like, why is there even a clock then? Why are we even doing that? Just put a play clock up and call it a day if we're going to just have quarters of overtime.
Wait. So it would have gone in a second overtime? It would have gone
into a second overtime. Yeah. The Kansas City Chiefs, obviously, Patrick Mahomes throws a touchdown to Mecole Hardman, New York Jets legend, Mecole Hardman, in the end zone, scores a touchdown to win the game with like 3 seconds left on the clock, I think is what it was, 3 or 4.
Yeah.
And right before that play, maybe 2 plays before, Tony Romo was like, hey, if you're worrying at home, like, why are the Chiefs not taking a timeout here and the clock is just dwindling? This is like the first quarter of overtime. It will go to a second overtime. Both teams get possession of the ball and have to finish out their drives in order for overtime to be over. If they're still tied at that point, they would move on to a second overtime. And then I think it's next score wins after that. I don't really understand the rules. We need to have a conversation about the San Francisco 49ers and Kyle Shanahan for not knowing. Like, it's okay for us fans not to understand the rules because we're not on the field playing it. Like, it was confusing, and I would have liked to have known a little bit more before overtime got kicked off, but whatever. The 49ers had no clue. The Ringer put out a piece today about Kyle Shanahan and some of the San Francisco 49ers players had no idea what the rules were. They thought it was just normal regular season NFL overtime rules. So they're like, all right, fuck it. Give me the ball. We'll go score a touchdown and it'll be over. No, turns out that's not the case. You want the ball second in the Super Bowl, apparently.
Skill issue. Know the rules better. Because I knew that it was both teams have an opportunity to score. I knew that part. And you want to have the second opportunity.
Yeah.
Like you want to have potentially the last opportunity, not the first one. So when he was like, we'll receive, I'm like, all right, dude.
That was weird.
I was like, maybe giving the defense a breather. I don't know.
I don't know, Jim.
I just don't know. But now they've openly admitted. Now they've openly admitted that they had no idea how the rules worked, and us kind of did because we were all kind of confused. Like, why are they receiving?
It's very strange.
But
yeah,
and then even Andy Reid said to a reporter. They asked him. They're like, if you won the coin toss, would you have received or kicked off? And he was like, kicked off.
Yeah, and it was
he was like fucking
Travis Kelce or somebody. They're like, yeah, we practiced like for the last month. If we got to the Super Bowl, like if it goes to overtime, we'll take the ball second if we win the toss. We'll go down. If we score a touchdown, we're going for 2, if that's the case, to win the game. To not play any more, like it's do or die. They were going for 2 if the Niners had scored a touchdown beforehand. Like they were prepped. And all the 49ers were like, had no idea. Had no idea what the rules were. That's just preposterous. If you're in the biggest game in the season, you're in your second Super Bowl in like 4 years, and you just choose not to know the rules.
Yeah.
Like you didn't look it up.
Yeah. That's
it's a bad look for Shanahan. I mean, real bad. And as a guy who is respected as much as he is around the league, and honestly, and rightfully so, that's just a real bad look. And I mean, under surveillance for sure. Kyle Shanahan, under surveillance.
Mm-hmm. Here's a question. I'm gonna give to y'all. Is Kyle Shanahan just an incredible offensive coordinator with a great roster? And just like when the head coaching parts matter, he just can't do it?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
because like it really does seem like when he gets to these moments, it's like a real head coach, like a really great head coach like Andy Reid, will finish these moments and make the right calls. And then Kyle Shanahan, a guy who who designs amazing offenses, crazy schemes, makes bad, dumb decisions because he's not.
How old is Kyle Shanahan? Is he like 43, 45?
I'm willing to bet in early 40s.
So let's look at it that way, because Andy Reid, when he was that age, 20 years ago, look at it, 2004, Eagles, Patriots, Super Bowl. Time management was a fucking issue up until 2019, 2020 with Patrick Mahomes. He couldn't get over the hump. Yeah. He's an incredible offensive coach, great schemer, could always get their team into the NFC. Like 4 straight NFC championships is no slouch with the Eagles when Andy Reid was coach there 20 years ago. Couldn't get over the hump. He was a great offensive coach, could never get over the hump, couldn't win the big one. Got to the big one once, could never win it. Then he gets to the Chiefs, gets Patrick Mahomes, has now won 3 out of 5. Just hasn't missed the AFC Championship game. So maybe are we looking at a similar prototype of Andy Reid, where it was the great offensive coach, could it get it done, wasn't the best head coach, but was awesome at offensive scheming, then figures it out later? Because he's already been to 2 Super Bowls, which is more than Andy Reid had been to with the Eagles.
Yeah. We can't understate. Andy Reid is old.
He's what, 65?
He has been around the block. And here's the thing. I mean, that's with that clock management, that part of coaching comes from nothing but experience. So if obviously Shanahan, I looked it up, he's 44. So like he's still
we're literally way younger. 20 years ago, Andy Reid was with the Eagles. Andy Reid's 65 now. So 21 years ago, he's in the NFC Championship game and couldn't get into the Super Bowl.
So Shanahan's still young, and he's obviously a phenomenal coach, but it's stuff like that obviously he still has to kind of learn and figure out. And so that's fine. It sucks that he's been to 2 in the past 5 or 4 and dropped both of them. I mean, that sucks, and that's a bad look. But I think Shanahan will get a ring, at least once, one day. I thought it was going to be this year, kind of, but he'll get one. But he's young. I mean, and it's not. They're not all Sean McVay.
No,
they're not all Sean McVay.
Yeah, I mean, well, that's the question still stands: is he just an incredible offensive coordinator right now, crazy offensive-minded person with a great roster who just can't get it done right now?
And, what he is.
The thing is, he obviously with age, with experience, he'll definitely get better. But right now, it's just. It just when it matters the most, you're dumb.
Outside of
you can't be dumb when it matters the most.
Well said, Garrett. Well said.
Outside of Patrick Mahomes, if you look at Super Bowl winning quarterbacks, you have Matt Stafford, who made $1 billion. Tom Brady made $1 billion a year. Like these quarterbacks are making so much money. And obviously they won. The Kansas City Chiefs won on a rookie deal with Patrick Mahomes in his last year of his rookie deal, I believe. So. Or second to last year. So I get it, but Mahomes is making 55 this year, 56. Brady was making 40-something. I think Stafford's probably making 40-something when they won it with the Rams. Everyone has a quarterback that makes a shitload of money. And somehow, some way, the 49ers are just rolling out Brock Purdy on $750K a year, like calling it a day. And I'm not saying it was Brock Purdy's fault. But I'm also like not saying it because they put it on his shoulders. They stopped running the ball in the third quarter. Obviously, McCaffrey looked absolutely gassed in the fourth and overtime, like just gassed. So Brock Purdy had to make some plays. He did, made a handful of plays. George Kittle, I think he dislocated his shoulder at some point. He had like 2 catches for 4 yards. Yeah. Not great. Deebo Samuel goes down with a hamstring. Like anything that could go against the 49ers kind of did in that sense.
They have really bad injury luck.
It was bad. It was rough. But Purdy had to make some throws, and he ultimately didn't. He almost turned it over on like the second play in overtime with that interception that was dropped. I mean, 23 of 38, 255 yards and a touchdown, 1 sack taken. It's not bad. I mean, Juwan Jennings threw a touchdown as well with 1 pass for 21 yards in the beginning of the game. Yeah. The first half was ugly. It was Big Ten football.
It was not good.
Big Ten football. 10-3 at halftime. And the only touchdown scored was a trick play double pass from Juwan Jennings to Christian McCaffrey for like 20-something.
I mean, the defenses came to play. That especially in the first half. And I mean, honestly, well into. I mean, it wasn't a high-scoring game at all, but defenses came to play, which was fun. I'm down for that, but I would have liked to see some more fireworks. And here's the deal about Purdy: is for sure, he didn't make the plays that he needed to win the game. Obviously, we'd be sitting here having a different conversation. But he still had a good day. And you mentioned Kittle, his biggest target, gets fucked. Deebo gets fucked. C-Mac gassed. Like, I get it. It's like, but also, and I don't want to make excuses for him, but it is kind of hard to win the Super Bowl against one of the best defenses in the league and the Chiefs without a bunch of your big weapons. You know what I mean? Healthy weapons. So, it sucks. But another thing is you mentioned his salary. Brock this offseason is about to renegotiate.
He can't get a deal until next year because he was drafted. If he was an undrafted free agent, he would be eligible for a contract extension this year. But since he was drafted in the 7th round, he is not eligible for a contract extension until next season. So he's stuck at whatever his salary is, like unless they choose to give him a bonus or something. But
enjoy your roommate for another year, Brock.
You just like poverty line in San Francisco.
Yeah, exactly. It really is not doing too great.
Yeah, he still drives his car from high school.
I've been openly a Brock Purdy hater. Not that I hate the guy. I'm getting real tired. I got real tired of the glazing. People calling him just MVP, which he was playing like one for sure, but to me, he is a game manager, which is not a bad thing at
That's
all.
What Brady was
it's not a bad thing.
First 3 Super Bowls.
Brady was a game manager for a little bit. That's fine. That's totally fine. You can become like a god after becoming a game manager for the first part of your career. But with a game manager, you can't win a Super Bowl because you're neither good nor bad. You're just doing what
you just said. Tom Brady was one at the beginning of his career, and he won.
Yeah,
it was a different.
You also
game
had Bill Belichick, and you had a different game. Bill Belichick, Patriots defense was crazy. Like they were just always like it's just different. The team situations are different.
I get the game manager thing. I do, but he's more talented than that. I'm not saying
What? Say it again.
Brock Purdy's more talented than a game manager. Because here's the thing.
I thought you were going to say more talented than Tom Brady. And I was
no, of course not. No, he's more talented. That's why, I mean, people have been saying that, and they're saying it like it's a bad thing. A lot of people have been talking shit and saying well, he's a fucking game manager, and I agree. I agree that he's a game manager, but he is able to make some fucking throws. He is able to put the ball in spots, and he is able to make plays with his legs. So I just hate to say he's just a game manager. I think he knows how to manage a game, but also can make plays on his own, from time to time. Maybe not as much as guys like Allen or Mahomes or Burrow, but or CJ. But he just doesn't get the credit that he deserves, in my opinion.
Well, I mean, because as long as he just does what he did yesterday, which is manage a game, and then Patrick Mahomes just takes it over and wins it. Yeah. If the thing is, Brock Purdy, a game manager can't really play well or can't really will a team to victory when it's either tied or they're down.
Well,
when they're up, when they have a lead, the 49ers are they're.
Well, here's the deal. I think that's a really blanket statement. I think what this conversation is is you have to look at the other side. I think Brock Purdy could do that. I think he could come back. But the other side, the other team has fucking Patrick Mahomes. Like that's what it comes down to. It doesn't come down to Brock Purdy. Kyle Shanahan is a great coach, but we're just looking at maybe the most successful. Obviously, it's early in the dynasty, but what they're doing is fucking ridiculous. And they're just one of the most crazy, stacked, most talented, just team of destiny. Like you can't beat a team that has fucking God on its side.
The Niners like had every opportunity to win that game, and they couldn't.
No, absolutely. I agree. I agree. But
they should have won that game. They should have won that game. It shouldn't have been tied. It shouldn't have gone into overtime.
All they had to do was make that extra point.
Yeah, yep. They really shouldn't have lost that game at all. But the thing is, like, now there's questions. Obviously, Shanahan, question mark. Brock Purdy, not as big of a question mark in my opinion, but still, like, hey, man, you're not that dynamic if you're just.
He's not super dynamic.
He's not dynamic at all. I mean, he could play like a top 10 guy for sure, but that's not saying much when like Jared Goff is in the top 10. You know, like top 5, not even close. But if he plays in the top 10, it's like that's not saying a lot. He's just not. He will be there probably one day. Right now, it's just like, man, he's a game manager. That's it. Which go 14 and whatever in the regular season, win your playoff games, and then when you face an elite quarterback, which they didn't in the playoffs, except maybe Jordan Love, which they almost lost. But you play elite quarterbacks, you're gonna lose. Like that's that's what he brings to the table right now.
And I mean for sure, but you're right. But I think the person you have to look at more when it comes to that is Shanahan. I mean, it really is. I mean, when it comes to not being able to beat elite quarterbacks, it's like Brock is not. He doesn't have a big role in that at all. You know what I mean? Shanahan does.
But they both have question marks going forward because.
But I mean, they were in overtime. Here's the deal. I mean, like Pat and Brock put up the same in the first half. Brock outplayed Mahomes, and I'm not saying. I mean, like it's just like Brock was doing everything he could, and he wasn't bad at all. Yeah, maybe he was a game manager, but he was playing well.
And you also have to think on the very first drive of the game, Christian McCaffrey fumbles, and they had just driven it all the way down to the 10-yard line. Essentially,
Brock was kind of cooking. Yeah, they had. Yeah,
like that game could have been over if they just score on that first drive. The game's over.
Yep, 100%.
If it goes the same way.
I just know if I was the Niners, not that you're searching for another quarterback, not at all, not even close. But can you imagine if the Niners somehow had like Washington's pick or something in the top 2? Like, would you be like, well, let's fucking draft like a Drake May or
you definitely do
Caleb Williams, you know, and then just become more dynamic.
You either do that, or you take Marvin Harrison Jr. and just say, hey, fuck it, we got more weapons,
and then just
shit.
I mean, that's the thing is like Purdy has so many weapons, but then they just go down with injury, like you saw, and it's like, oh, Purdy has no help, and I'm like, well, a lot of elite quarterbacks don't have help and still get it done, you know. So like, I
don't think that's true.
Not as dynamic.
I don't think that's true. I don't think a lot of elite quarterbacks don't have help. The only guy who you could argue doesn't have help is Mahomes, and as we've covered, Mahomes is Mahomes.
Yeah.
Like, name an elite quarterback in this league right now who doesn't have help that's getting to Super Bowls?
No one else is getting. I've seen a lot of quarterbacks. The problem.
Exactly, that's the issue. But still, like even in the play, every elite quarterback in this fucking league has that guy. You know who the only fucking one that I can think of that's an elite quarterback in this league that doesn't have a bona fide star wide receiver? His name is Coleridge Bernard Stroud IV. Yeah. Like that's.
I was gonna say the
same. And Nico is. I love Nico, but Nico's not a bona fide star.
What about Aaron Rodgers' Achilles?
You don't need a bona fide star. You just need like weapons. I mean, I don't know. I don't know, man. I'm done.
Every elite quarterback has a star.
Let's talk about the Chiefs. So we haven't talked about the Chiefs really at all. Chiefs win their 3rd Super Bowl in 5 seasons. They've only lost 1 out of 4 that they've been to. Patrick Mahomes wins his 3rd Super Bowl MVP. Travis Kelce gets his 3rd Super Bowl, cementing himself as probably the number 2 overall tight end ever in history. Don't care where his final stats lie, but 3 Super Bowls and being one of the most dynamic tight ends of all time, that's going to lay you at number 2 behind Gronk, No one's going to beat Gronk, I don't think, ever. Mahomes had
you're not gonna be better than Gronk.
But Mahomes had 34 for 46 for 333 yards, 2 touchdowns and a pick, 3 sacks. But he also scrambled, had 9 carries for 66 yards, including a 22-yard scramble near there at the end in the fourth quarter or the overtime. I can't remember which one it was. Kelsey had 1 yard entering the fourth quarter. Kelsey ended with 9 catches for 93 yards with a 22-yard catch there at the end of the fourth quarter, where we thought they might just end it in the fourth quarter. They weren't able to get another 2 plays off before having to kick a field goal. So McCall Hardman catches the game-winning touchdown. Can we talk about Marquez Valdes-Scantling and the one catch that he had? And we're like, oh, that's a good 7-yard pickup on first down. That's great. He ran backwards, and it was 2nd and 14.
He was trolling big time.
Yeah,
he was trolling big time. It was like, what the fuck are you doing?
Crazy.
There was actually quite a few moments where it was like, what are you doing to different players?
Yeah,
that was a big what are you doing moment
Yeah.
for Marquez Valdes-Scantling.
Did you see like when they cut to Chris Jones on the sideline? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah. I mean, it's like, bro, like you're
It was
not
crazy.
you're not Tyreek. Go down. You're not gonna outrun the whole defense and shimmy and do something crazy.
Yeah.
Quit playing hero. Know your role, dude.
Yeah.
Just catch the ball and go
That
down,
was crazy.
dude.
But Mahomes
Crazy.
obviously he lit it up. I will give credit to the 49ers defense. Their defense was getting shredded by the run by every team this season because they are very good at on edge rush, but they couldn't stop the run. They did damn well on their run. Outside of Mahomes scrambling because there was coverage like everywhere on the field and they just didn't have a QB spy. Outside of him, I mean, they really only gave up 64 yards on the ground. Pacheco couldn't get anything done.
I know all too well. I lost all my prize picks because of it.
I took the easy one on prize picks. Use code Apollo for up to $100 on your first deposit. I took the easy one with like the green horn kind of thing on Pacheco's line. It was like 49.5. So that one worked out for me. But Mahomes just started scrambling. Travis Kelce started going off in the fourth quarter. He looked like a shell of himself. He hit Andy Reid, like just came up and bumped him on the sideline. That was wild.
That was crazy. I hope Taylor saw that.
Wild.
She saw it. Yeah, she saw everything.
Because it was the big throw down the field to whoever it was. Was it Justin Watson that caught it? Or no, it was McCall Hardman, turns out.
It was McCall Hardman, and then immediately after, Pacheco fumbled, and then Travis Kelce bumped into Andy Reid, and it was like because he wasn't on the field.
He took Kelce off the field, and Kelce didn't call to come out, which is typically what's been happening. Is Kelce just calls his own subs? But that was crazy.
I mean, it's wild to yell at the coach in that moment because it's like nothing was on.
Caught Andy way off guard too. He was like,
"Oh, he did." Yeah. He was like, "The fuck is wrong with you?"
Bro, can you imagine if Andy kind of stumbled a little bit more and fucking fell and shit?
Yeah.
And it's like, did the star tight end just push the star head coach to the ground? What?
Yeah,
that would be wild. They would probably lose after that, dude.
Yeah.
I would because who knows how many snaps Travis Kelce would get after that.
It would have been rough. If that happened to Bill Belichick, if like Gronk did that to Bill Belichick in a Super Bowl, he would have sat Gronk and lost the Super Bowl just to prove a point.
Yeah, just in spite,
definitely, dude.
He did it with what's his nuts, Malcolm Butler, for like an entire season, and they were just like, we need one cornerback to be just like halfway decent around this defense, and we could probably make another Super Bowl run. And he was like, nope, fuck you, Malcolm, you can go home.
Yep, I remember that.
He was late to it. He was late to a meeting, didn't say sorry, didn't give me chocolates, so he's sitting.
He's gone
every game. I don't care.
Weeks. Don't care.
I don't care if Nick Foles throws 400 yards against us. I don't care. He's sitting.
So good. But yeah, credit to the Kansas City Chiefs. I mean, it's incredible what they've done. It's another Patriots. So Patrick Mahomes, 3 Super Bowls, 3 Super Bowl MVPs. I think he has 2 regular season MVPs as well to go with it. Maybe 3. I don't know.
Yep. He has 2.
So Mahomes is now in a position to kind of approach Tom Brady.
I was talking about it last night. Like, who else I was gonna say the American League. Who else in the AFC right now is like definitely going to beat Kansas City in the playoffs?
The only answer is
especially
Joe Burrow because he's done it.
Yeah. Like I mean, and the fun answer would be the Texans or the Dolphins for sure. But who knows, man? Like Mahomes is insane, and people are mad about it. I'm not that mad about it because the quicker you learn to accept it and just to accept the greatness that's going on, even though it's not happening to your squad. Yeah, it sucks, but It's got to happen to someone.
Yeah.
As long as the quicker you accept it, the more you'll be content with it. And I'm content with it. I mean,
It's fun
obviously,
to
it sucks.
watch. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I have a good time watching it. I mean, it's. I said this on the last episode, but I love like witnessing history. I love like obviously when Tom was doing his runs, like especially when it started, like the early 2000s. Like I was really young, so I was like I know about it, but I'm watching this in real time. Watched Mahomes go through the draft process, and like we're just seeing this happen in real time. So it's really fun and it kind of exciting to watch. It sucks being in the AFC.
Yeah.
It sucks having both of our teams in the AFC, but you still like Garrett. You just got to accept it, and then when you accept it, you can appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yes, and I'm like, I appreciate it. I love it. The one thing that does suck about it is that, like with Tom Brady, it's like I got into football like way. I mean, bro, he got drafted way before I got into in college, and I was like, well, I didn't have a chance, whatever. I wanted Mahomes on the fucking Texans. When he's coming out of Tech, I was like, please God, please trade up for him. He's not going to be there at 22. Yeah. Something. God, I love this kid. I love him.
Billy O wanted him too.
Hey, you got a good quarterback.
Apparently,
that
we
draft.
did like him. Yeah, that's another thing that makes it worse.
Yeah,
but I'm not gonna talk about that. But the Chiefs get Patrick Mahomes. I'm like, I wanted him. That sucks. Anyways, he'd be good.
Turns out
he's the best. He's the best. That's the only thing that sucks about it is like I wanted him on the Texans.
Yeah.
But
also another thing is like who knows if whatever like runs like this that the Chiefs are on is such lightning in a bottle. Obviously, Mahomes is the focal point of it. But then you have Andy Reid, you have Travis Kelce, you have all these other you had Tyreek Hill, like Chris Jones. Like the defense is fucking phenomenal. So it's like, it's like it might not have gone. It probably wouldn't have gone down the same. But it's still.
I know. But the last two Super Bowls, last night and last year's, Mahomes literally just willed his team in the last minutes of the game. Incredible stuff, insane scrambles, insane throws. Like, I mean, like mistake-free football. Aside from that one pick that he had, like he is like maybe the most talented quarterback to ever touch football. It's just wild.
Yeah, I think they've done a backwards dynasty of what the Patriots did. So early on, Patriots. I mean, Tom Brady in the Super Bowl was throwing like 167 yards, a touchdown, and a pick, and winning Super Bowl MVP in the early 2000s. Mahomes, obviously, 2019, 2020 season, right before COVID starts, he wills them back in the fourth quarter, takes over the game by himself. Obviously, Brady had the game-winning drives to lead him to a field goal to kick it with Vinatieri against the Rams, but neither here nor there. The defense was the focal point of the Patriots. With Teddy Bruschi, Mike Vrabel, Richard Seymour, the list goes on and on. There Ty Law's on those teams. Like, those defenses were ungodly, how good they were. We might be entering a stage where the Chiefs are now doing that, and then they just have Mahomes where he can will them in the fourth quarter to get one touchdown. If they needed one touchdown or 10 points or 9 points, whatever it is, he can go do that in the fourth quarter as long as the defense is just being the best in the NFL. Like they're incredible.
This is a guy who in this whole run, especially this year, still I don't see people giving him flowers, and I just don't think he gets talked. Steve Spagnuolo does not get talked about enough for what he does. I mean, he's just been there, just consistently, just getting it done. And this year, I mean, they had probably top 3 defense in the league, top 5. I mean, you could talk about the Browns, you could talk about the Ravens, but the Chiefs were up there too. And he's a guy that like, does he get head coaching?
That's what Tyreek Hill tweeted it out last night. He was like, "How does Spags not get interviews?
Who does no one like want him? Like, I don't know. And maybe he's just like happy, and everyone knows that he just wants to stay in Kansas City. But
I don't know. It could be either like the Eric Bieniemy thing, which is like, dude, you have Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes. You're not doing anything, and he's like, "Fuck it, I am, dude." And then like Spags is maybe the same thing, or it could be like he's like, "Dude, why would I want a head coaching job when I can just be a coordinator for Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce's team and just get rings all the time?"
Yeah,
that's what I think about that a lot. I'm like, why Bobby Slowick? Why go be a coach of the Titans instead? Just be fucking here and be a coordinator with a top 5 quarterback and like a great head coach.
I mean, the money. I mean, that's the only thing. I mean,
it probably doubles his salary if he gets a head coaching job.
Oh,
like, he's probably making $1.5 million, maybe $2 million. a year.
Yeah, head coaching salaries are crazy. They're guaranteed. They're always like 5-year contracts, and they're like $7 million a year. And so like that's kind of why maybe. But if he doesn't care about money, or also he's an older guy. He's been in the league a long time. He probably has a nice salary, probably better than a lot of these younger guys do when they're coordinators. So he's probably fine. But
yeah,
I don't know. I'm interested to see if, but also kind of all the head coaching jobs are kind of filled.
Yeah, they're all. I mean, Bill Belichick didn't get a job, which is so funny.
Yeah,
shout out.
Well, it's a little difficult to have Bill Belichick come in to your fucking building after losing the last few seasons, losing, and then him go, "I'm going to take over all the football operations," and then they go,
a little bit of an issue.
No. Yeah, they're like, bro, what? You can't just.
I thought he was a lock for the Atlanta.
I thought he was Washington.
Well, apparently he like walked into Atlanta, was like, I want control of everything. I want to be GM. I want to be like head scout. I want to be fucking head custodian. I want to be everything. Yeah. And then they're like,
no, I'm surprised Arthur didn't do that. Arthur Blank, but
yeah, Arthur Blank seems like he'd be like, fuck it.
Well, because he's getting older. He
actually did the smarter guy. They did the smarter thing, which is hire Raheem Morris.
Yeah. Raheem Morris is a great hire. It's like probably the best hire I think of this round.
I agree. But Super Bowl,
boys, the 2023-2024 season is over. It is concluded. The Kansas City Chiefs are your Super Bowl champions. Congrats to them, I guess. Shout out to Kansas City and San Francisco, two of the best sports towns in the last 20 years, I guess you could say. Starting in 2010, San Francisco, 3 World Series titles with the Giants, 4 titles with the Golden State Warriors in the NBA, and 3 Super Bowl losses in that time in the last 15 years. Good for y'all. Kansas City now has 3 Super Bowls and a World Series loss and a World Series win, correct, with the Kansas City Royals. That's the only 2 teams there, too. So they're doing pretty good. It's time for, like little old Houston Astros to win another title this season. The last time the Chiefs won a Super Bowl in 2022, obviously the Houston Astros won the World Series. So let's just do that again. Maybe the Texans can get there. Maybe just sprinkle in the Dolphins one season, sprinkle in the Texans one season. Let's just start sharing the love, Patrick. Just let it happen.
It'll be nice if someone in the AFC can fucking.
It'd be cool.
We'll see who can do it.
It would be cool.
Well, I hope it's a Texans. Hope the Texans take a step.
Here's the deal. I'll say it right now. If the Texans sign Saquon Barkley this offseason, don't write me.
And we'll find out week 1 of next year because I'm willing to bet the Texans are.
Here's the deal. I'll say it right now. If the Texans sign Saquon and have just a solid draft, maybe sign some defensive pieces, AFC Championship, Chiefs, Texans next year.
Hey, Noah, you are going to have to come down to Houston at some point next season when the schedule comes out. You're going to have to book your flights because we're going to do a little vlog next season. Game day vlog, Texans, Dolphins in Houston. I'm going to come down.
Oh, yeah.
That's going to be great. Oh, yeah. I'm pumped for that.
I'm going to do that. So
that's going to be a bloodbath, Stone. It's going
to be great. Can't wait to go to NRG and I don't even know what side of Houston it is, but it doesn't even feel like it's in Houston because it's so fucking far away. But whatever.
It's pretty stupid.
It's awful.
Yeah, it's terrible. But the 2023-2024 season is concluded. Kansas City has won another championship. I hate it. I like it. All at the same time. Shout out to Taylor Swift. Thank you for the script this season. Adding Taylor Swift to it. That was incredible. Great little sprinkle in there. I know people didn't were upset about it, but I like Taylor Swift in there. Blake Lively started getting some action. Just Ice Spice in the Super Bowl. Why not?
Yeah. This is just me making an observation. Like, I'm just simply making an observation, but Taylor looked good last night.
Great fit. Yeah. Shout out to Taylor. Shout out to Travis. Kansas City Chiefs, Super Bowl champions. This has been Play Action Takes, brought to you by Big City Wings, Houston's wing joint, Apollo's wing joint. Go check them out this week, next week, every week. We love Big City Wings. Great wings, great beer, great people. And thank you to Celebrity Mint. Go check out celebritymint.com or at the Celebrity Mint on social media to see their graded legal tender collectibles of Mike Tyson, Ric Flair, and more. We've got some behind Garrett's head there. Go check out Celebrity Mint. Thank you all for sponsoring this episode. Thank you for following along this season. We watched a lot of football. It is officially February, and it's on to Combine season. It's ready for the Combine.
I'm excited.
Combine. Combine is coming up. Free agency, draft.
The Dolphins have a first round
Football
pick.
is
so
over.
I'm back.
But is it really over?
Yeah, no. Some could say football is just beginning.
Football never ends. That's the moral of the story.
It does not.
So
year long, dude.
Go watch these highlights
honestly,
in sadness as you realize that you didn't win another Super Bowl this year. That's what I'm going to do.
And you probably never will.
Yeah, probably.
Because Patrick Mahomes was born.
Yeah, my dad was 3 or 4 the last time the Dolphins did it. So.
Bummer.
I was never.
Never happened ever.
Franchise, though. You've got hope.
No, we've never even been close.
You've got hope though. New franchise.
That?
You're only like 20 years old. It's fine. Yeah,
we'll be there.
It's been Play Action Takes, Apollo Media's NFL podcast. We'll be back soon. We'll do a little year-end recap, some of our favorite moments, favorite memes, favorite moments, favorite things that happened during the season, and then we'll get back to it around Combine time and start talking NFL draft and new uniform changes that are going to happen in April. Houston Texans football team.
Oh yeah.
So yeah. Play Action Takes, Apollo Media's NFL podcast. Hit that subscribe button. We got lots of NBA content, and obviously baseball season is around the corner. We will be back shortly. Watch football.
Oh, yeah.
Watch NFL. Watch football.